Hello fellow mobile gamers, welcome to Gaming on Phone's YouTube channel. Splinter Cell is an enormous and at the same time excellent game franchise that almost single-handedly set the bar for modern stealth-based tactical games developed by Ubisoft. Splinter Cell first made its appearance in the gaming industry in 2002 and has seen only progression in terms of popularity and quickly became mainstream and the go-to stealth game franchise for many, especially Blacklist and Conviction were graphical showcases in their time and still do hold up till date. Ubisoft just announced that they're bringing their IPs, namely Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six Siege and The Division to mobile, so this makes it high time to release a Splinter Cell mobile port. Splinter Cell deserves a mobile port especially now due to more than a few reasons, which we'll discuss in this video, why Splinter Cell mobile game now would make perfect sense. So without wasting any time, let's head straight towards the video. Splinter Cell has to be Ubisoft's most, if not the most innovative and critically acclaimed series that most famously defined what stealth games are capable of and what makes stealth enjoyable. Splinter Cell's sleek set pieces, effortless gunplay, and addictive yet satisfying and challenging combat made the experience unparalleled to its contemporaries. Splinter Cell has never seen a rough game in the series, they're always known to have great mechanics and a creative yet enjoyable storyline. In the past few years, Ubisoft seems to be all caught up in its magnum opus franchises like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry and Splinter Cell seem to have taken a backseat. It's been almost a decade since the release of Splinter Cell, which had a game in its remarkable franchise, namely Splinter Cell Blacklist. Although the games were fairly successful, the series encountered a halt. Splinter Cell has a very dedicated and passionate fanbase that would love to see a new addition to the franchises, and that's why a new entry in the series launching on the platform that has the most number of users wouldn't be ideal for the console and PC fans, but definitely would be warmly welcomed by the whole fanbase. Splinter Cell fits into the mobile gaming space pretty effortlessly, as the stealth mechanics of the main game, the short storylines and the different outfits, the iconic night vision goggles are a recipe waiting to be cooked deliciously and served hotly on the massive table that is mobile gaming. Many players have already tried to play the GameCube version on their mobile devices. While we don't support playing a game in any way that's not meant to, but this just shows how much a mobile release in the Splinter Cell franchise is something the fanbase is already craving for and is just waiting to be a huge success. And if you're enjoying this kind of videos, please consider subscribing to our channel and give the videos a thumbs up. Now back to the video. Mobile gaming has been evolving for the past decade and more and doesn't look to halt anytime soon. As the technology progresses, the specs of mobile devices reach a whole new level, even better than most of the handhelds or consoles the original Splinter Cell game and the follow-up game released on. This type of advanced mobile gaming landscape makes perfect sense for a AAA console and PC game to be released on mobile that actually looks good enough to attract the console or PC players either by mechanics or portability, and name and amount of storage available on mobiles will also somewhat clean up the storage restrictions Ubisoft could have faced with this project a few years earlier. The Splinter Cell would mostly fit into a more premium campaign style game, usually seen in the old Gameloft games, and a nice short story would be enough to bring in all the fans and make the sales that Ubisoft might expect from a project like Splinter Cell Mobile port. The increased RAM in mobile devices would also help a lot to process if Ubisoft decides to go on a more narrative heavy route, which as we discussed would fit the Splinter Cell franchise the most. Ubisoft has announced recently that they're going to port most of their IPs to their mobile, including mammoths in the gaming industry such as Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six Siege and The Division. This scenario makes the set all set for a Splinter Cell port, and especially if Ubisoft is able to rekindle once again the lightning in a bottle that they did about 2 decades ago. Ubisoft is getting ready to cash in on this mobile gaming industry with the port of some of the most played game franchises of Ubisoft, and if that lineup is joined by Splinter Cell, this would make the profits go only upwards, and overall this would just make sense for Ubisoft as they're looking for a portal to dominate the mobile gaming industry. Splinter Cell is one of the most influential titles ever in the gaming industry, and the comeback of the same with a new mobile twist will be something we'll very much anticipate. To conclude this video, why a Splinter Cell mobile game would make perfect sense, it's very important to acknowledge that with all these advantages that we've discussed, a Splinter Cell mobile port looks to be a possibility and a very welcome one from most of the gaming community. With all these Ubisoft original IP mobile ports on the way, even if Ubisoft decides to work on a Splinter Cell mobile port, that might take a while, but regardless, with the ever-evolving mobile space, this wouldn't be an issue with any advantages discussed above. However, if the aforementioned Ubisoft mobile ports bring in the numbers that Ubisoft is expecting, then there's a strong chance of a Splinter Cell mobile port. However, the Splinter Cell IP would be the most comfortable with a campaign style rather than the standard online shooter approach. So that's it for today. What are your thoughts on Splinter Cell on mobile? Let us know in the comments below. We'll be back with more exciting mobile gaming videos soon. Meanwhile, you can always check the previous week's news highlights and our website www.gamingonphone.com. So see you in the next video.